Have you ever looked at your living room and thought, it's almost there, but why does it still feel off? Maybe your space looks stylish on Instagram, but when you sit in it, you feel restless. Or maybe you've rearranged the couch 5 times and still can't figure out why it never feels cozy, balanced, or actually finished. Here's the truth. In 2026, living room decor isn't just about owning nice items. It's about avoiding common mistakes that quietly ruin the whole vibe. And today, I'm going to walk you through the exact decor mistakes people keep making, how to spot them fast, and what to do instead so your living room looks intentional from every angle. Let's get straight into it, because the first mistake is the one that causes the most expensive-looking mess. Choosing decor before you choose a layout. The biggest living room decor mistake in 2026 is buying rugs, wall art, and cute accents without planning the layout first. You can have the most expensive couch and still end up with a room that feels awkward if your rug is too small, your seating feels disconnected, or your focal point is unclear. A strong layout is the foundation, then decor becomes the style. Start with the function. What do you do in this room? Watch TV, host friends, read, work, or all of the above. Then decide the focal point. Most living rooms revolve around a TV, a fireplace, or a large window. Once that's set, build your seating to support the focal point. In 2026, the goal isn't symmetry for symmetry's sake. The goal is smooth visual flow and real comfort, so if your chairs are scattered too far apart, your room will look stylish but feel unfriendly. Now for mistake number 2. Treating small decor like it's harmless. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just add a small rug, a small coffee table, and a couple tiny wall prints. But small decor is one of the fastest ways to make a living room feel unfinished. In reality, small pieces shrink the space and create imbalance. For example, a rug that doesn't properly anchor the seating area makes the room feel like everything is floating. The same is true for wall art. Tiny frames above a couch can look like the room is trying too hard to be minimal, when really it's missing proportion. In 2026, one of the biggest trends is scale confidence. Choosing pieces that match the size of your furniture and wall. Don't be afraid of larger art. Don't be afraid of a rug that's big enough for your seating to sit fully on it. Your living room will look more expensive instantly because it will look intentional. Mistake number 3. Ignoring lighting, then trying to fix it with decorations. This is a huge one. People will spend a weekend picking pillows and wall art, then realize their living room still looks dull at night. Why? Because lighting controls the mood more than almost anything else. A lot of living rooms rely on one overhead light and a single lamp that's basically aesthetic, not functional. In 2026, you want layered lighting. Ambient, task, and accent. Ambient gives the room base brightness. Task lighting helps when you read or work, like a floor lamp near a chair. Accent lighting highlights texture. A picture light on art. A lamp with a warm shade or subtle LED lighting that makes shelves look curated. If your room is only lit from above, you'll get harsh shadows and the decor will look flatter. If you light your space properly, the same decor suddenly looks warmer, richer, and more designed. Mistake number 4. Choosing colors without thinking about undertones. Color is emotional and it's also technical. People buy a beige sectional because they think beige goes with everything. Then everything starts clashing anyway. The problem is undertones. Beige can be warm or cool. Wood can be golden, honey-toned, or grayish. Metals can lean brass, nickel, or black. If you mix cool undertones with warm undertones without realizing it, the room can feel messy even when every individual item looks fine. In 2026, the best approach is to pick a dominant neutral and then match the undertones across major elements. Flooring, if visible, large furniture, rug base colors, and metal finishes. Then add accents intentionally with paint, textiles, or decor. If you love a pop color, great, just make sure it doesn't fight the room's baseline. A room looks cohesive when the temperature of the colors is consistent. Mistake number 5. Overloading the room with decor but only on the surface. Some living rooms look decorated, but they don't look lived in. That's usually because the decor is stacked on top of the room instead of integrated into it. You might have lots of throw pillows, lots of framed pictures, lots of trinkets on shelves, and decorative objects on the coffee table. But when everything competes at once, nothing feels like it belongs. In 2026, you want curation, not clutter. Use the 3-2-1 rule if you need a guide. 3 elements in different heights, 2 supporting items that balance the design, and 1 focal accent that draws the eye. That could apply to a coffee table vignette, a shelf arrangement, or a wall grouping. Let some surfaces breathe. Negative space is part of the design. Now, mistake number 6. Using the same style everywhere with no texture contrast. A super common problem is when people match decor items too perfectly. Everything looks coordinated, same color palette, same materials, yet the room feels flat. That's because texture is what adds depth. In a living room, texture can come from fabric, finishes, and materials. Buccal upholstery, a woven rug, a matte ceramic vase, a glass lamp, a wood coffee table, or linen curtains. In 2026, texture is the secret ingredient that makes a room feel layered and real. If all your fabrics are smooth and your surfaces are shiny, the space can feel cold. If everything is matte, it can feel dull. Mix smooth with nubby, shiny with matte, and soft with structured. Think of your living room like a playlist. You need different notes, not just one type of sound. Mistake number 7. Ignoring how your rug actually fits the room. A lot of people don't realize that rug sizing is not a guess. It's one of the biggest instant upgrade decisions you can make. If your rug is too small, it makes your furniture look like it's stepping off a cliff. If it's too large, you can make the room feel cramped or pull everything into the rug instead of anchoring it. The common rule is that the front legs of your seating should sit on the rug, and ideally the rug should extend beyond the coffee table so the table feels grounded. But the exact sizing depends on your layout. What matters is this: the rug should unify your seating area. If your rug separates zones instead of connecting them, it's working against you. In 2026, people are getting more intentional with sizing because they realize it's not just style, it's structure. Mistake number 8. Wrong scale on furniture pieces. This one is harder because it's not obvious until you live with the room. A living room can look fine in the showroom, but if the couch is too big, you lose floor space and circulation. If it's too small, you lose comfort, and the room feels fragmented. The coffee table is another classic issue. Too low and it becomes awkward for seating. Too high and it interrupts the sightlines. Too small and it looks like it's decorative, not functional. In 2026, more people are prioritizing comfort and daily usability, which means scale matters. Before you buy, measure your space like you mean it. Then imagine walking routes. From the entrance to the seating, from seating to windows, and from seating to the TV area. A room doesn't just look good, it has to move well. Mistake number 9. Curtain mistakes that quietly wreck the proportions. Curtains can either make your ceilings feel higher or make your room feel chopped up. If your curtains are too short or hung too low, your windows look smaller and your walls look shorter. If your curtain rod is mounted inside the window frame, it's a common mistake that shrinks the visual space. In 2026, people are leaning into ceiling up styling. Mount the rod higher than you think, and aim for curtains that break slightly onto the floor for a tailored look. Use fabric that feels substantial, not thin and flimsy. Curtain length and height are decor mistakes people repeat because they're not obvious until you fix them, and the whole room lifts visually. Mistake number 10. Treating wall art like wallpaper instead of focal points. Wall art should support the room's focal point, not randomly decorate it. A lot of people hang art too high or too low, which causes the whole composition to feel off. Some frames are scattered in a pattern, but none of them relate in size, spacing, or theme. In 2026, gallery walls are back. They're cleaner and more structured. Choose either one statement piece or a deliberate grouping. Measure spacing between frames. Keep the art aligned with furniture edges. If you're placing art above a couch, it should usually have a width that feels proportional to the couch, not a tiny piece pretending to be a design element. If the art is too small, it becomes noise instead of focus. Mistake number 11. Using matchy-matchy sets that look temporary. Furniture sets matching couch, matching chair, matching ottoman can look like you bought the room like a kit. Sometimes that works in a furniture store display, but in real life it can feel generic. In 2026, mixed pieces look more curated and personal. You can keep a consistent color palette, but mix shapes and silhouettes. If you have a large sofa, choose a chair with a different shape. If you have a round coffee table, add angular decor elements. Mixing doesn't mean chaotic. It means intentional contrast. Your living room should feel collected, not assembled from the same manufacturing line. Mistake number 12. Ignoring scent and comfort cues. This isn't decor in the traditional sense, but it matters because people forget their living room is a sensory space. If your living room is visually perfect but feels uncomfortable to sit in, the decor isn't doing its job. Comfort cues include temperature, fabric feel, lighting warmth, and scent. A room that smells nice feels more inviting even if the decor is simple. In 2026, more people are thinking about total environment. Add a subtle scent option like a candle or diffuser aimed for a gentle background, not overwhelming perfume. Then make sure your seating feels inviting with the right cushions and throw placement. When your space feels good to be in, the decor stops being just decoration. It becomes part of your life. Now let's talk about the mistakes people make when they try to follow trends too blindly. In 2026, trends move fast. That's why copying the newest look without considering your room's bones can backfire. The safest trend strategy is to keep your major decisions stable. Layout, rug size, wall color approach, and big furniture shapes. Then let trends show up in the flexible layers. Pillows, throws, small decor items, and seasonal styling. That way, you can refresh without rebuilding the room every 6 months. A living room should evolve, but it should also feel like you, and like it belongs to your daily routine. Okay, quick recap before we close, because this matters. Avoid planning decor without a layout. Don't choose small pieces when your room needs scale. Don't rely on one overhead light layer your lighting. Don't ignore undertones when mixing neutrals and wood tones. Don't overload surfaces curate instead of clutter. Don't skip texture contrast, and don't ignore rug sizing, curtain proportions, and furniture scale. Treat wall art like a focal point, not random decoration. Mix pieces intentionally instead of buying matchy sets. And remember, the best living room decor is the one that feels good to use every day. Let me give you one final challenge. Right now, pause and look at your living room as if you're a stranger. What's the first thing your eyes land on? Does it feel like it belongs? Now look at what's supporting it. The rug, the lighting, the wall behind the seating, the curtains, and the coffee table. If any one of those feels off, that's your next fix, one change at a time. Small improvements compound, and your room won't just look better. You'll feel better in it. So here's my strong call to action. If you want your living room to look intentional in 2026, don't keep decorating by accident. Start by choosing one mistake from today's list and fix it this week. Then come back and make the second improvement the next week. If you found this helpful, Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more practical, no-fluff home and lifestyle upgrades. And tell me in the comments, what's your biggest living room decor problem right now? Layout? Lighting? Scale? Color? Or wall art?